I invite Ms. Colleen Lee, a concert pianist from Hong Kong, and she will share her experience about her competition she did in 2005, the Chopin International Competition. And she also did a recording in the Fryderyk Chopin Institute on the Pleyel piano. So this is a really precious chance because you can always buy a ticket to go to Colleen's concert and see her. You know, she's on the stage and you're the audience, but now she's here close to us and chat with us. So we welcome Colleen today.
First of all, thank you, Nancy, and thank you, Karen, for your invitation. And today, I'm able to meet all of you in such closely place, and just to share my experience during the 2005 Chopin piano competition, and also sharing a bit of the experience recording for this CD on the Pleyel piano. Actually, I was in 2 editions of the Chopin competition before. The first time I went there was 2000. So that's the first time I entered a prestigious piano competitions for adults, because there are a lot of piano competition for young people, but this is really the first piano competition for professionals. For all pianists, we all learn a lot of pieces by Chopin, music by Chopin. So it's interesting to know more the music of Chopin. Then, of course, we want to go to Poland and to visit the country and to know more about the composer. This is the poster of the 2005 edition piano competition. I think this is one of the very beautiful artworks, and they have a unique design for each edition. In the photo, that's the final round. I'm playing concerto with the National Philharmonic Orchestra of Warsaw, and I think that's really a little bit far, because I would like to share a little bit there. In a simple way, the whole process of the competition. So this competition lasts, I think, about a month. So I have to stay in Warsaw for a month with all other competitors. And it starts with an audition. So all those who applied, they actually fly to Poland, and then they played a short audition. And so I think out of 300 applicants, then they finally have chosen 80 for the real competition. And I think one of the most exciting thing is we know we have to play the etude studies that's compulsory for the audition. And then there's an own choice. And so the day before you perform, we are given an envelope. So there are some choices of pieces inside, and you are the one to pick what you are going to play. So this is quite exciting, because usually it's all written in the program book that what you are going to play. And then after, I think that helped for 2 weeks, around 2 weeks for the audition. And everyone, some people, because they came all the way from United States or Asia, and so they have to stay there for 2 weeks and wait for the results. And for me, it's a little bit lucky because I was actually studying in Germany at that time. So I went to Warsaw for the audition, and I went back to Germany, and then I have friends there, and then we just wait for the results. And yeah, and then when we got the results, then yes, we are in the same competition. And I think all of us, we flew together again to Warsaw. It's very interesting because in competition, we are like fighting for the prize, but actually all the competitors, they became friends together. And I have lots of classmates and schoolmates went there together. So this makes me feel more being supported, not only by my teacher and family members, but also with friends. And being able to be one of in final and be one of the prize winners, I think this is something very I won't say it's important, but it's a very unforgettable moment and experience during my process of study and also in my music career, because this brings me lots of inspiration, of course, lots of opportunities for performing in different places, but also the need to learn more and also to make your music more in high standard. This is when I'm meeting the conductor, Anthony Reed, after the final round of the competition. At this edition back in 2005, I think they just started the live streaming, but at that time, it's not a direct live streaming from the competition organizer. They don't have their own channels. So it's a little bit difficult to follow the competition at that time, but still, it's a very attractive event for all music lovers around the world, not only pianists, but I mean music lovers. So you can see a lot of teachers, students, critics, and also just normal people, because they know about the music of Chopin and because they are interested in Poland. So they actually go there to attend the competition, and they are all very supportive and important audience. That's why I feel very, very excited to play all the rounds in the National Philharmonic Hall in Warsaw. And this is the scene when we are all waiting for the announcements of results. So no one will tell you how long you have to wait. So maybe the competition rounds, they end before dinner. And I think sometimes we have to wait until midnight to have the results. And the audience, they actually wait at the Mirror Hall. I think this is the lobby of the Philharmonic Hall. And they are so passionate, and they just talk to you, and they really remembered some of the contestant playing, and also we discuss about many things. And so this is a very lovely experience to be there, not only to be in the competition. Before I went to this competition, I know Chopin's music is only because it's always felt very appealing to me, and maybe to a lot of other pianists also. But I never really got a very personal feeling about the composer. So I think after I went there for twice for the competition, and afterwards I visited Poland for more times for performances and for recordings, then I started to know sometimes Chopin must miss his home a lot, because he spent most of his time in Paris, but his childhood in Poland. So this is a beautiful place. So after the competition, someone told me that you must go to visit this park, because the Chopin monument was there, and this is like an important landmark that you have to see. And I think I went there in a very good time because of the autumn colors, and we have the beautiful scenery there. And so I think I stayed there for quite a long time just to walk around the park, because as you see, this is only one of the spots, but the park is very big, and if you just want to walk around, it took you some time. And I can feel the serenity, and the air is different. That some other pianists told me they got highly inspired just to visit this park, and so they can play Chopin's music better. And so I try to feel it, and but maybe I'm not just to think about if I can play this music better, but I just want to feel the overall atmosphere, and maybe in the sound of tranquil, that I can feel the essence of his music in my heart, in my mind. That kind of moment is very precious. This is very special. This rests the heart of Fryderyk Chopin, and this is in the Holy Cross Church in Warsaw, and many people want to visit there. And yeah, I remember the first time I went there, I actually said a prayer there, and I want to tell Chopin that I came all the way from Hong Kong to here to not only to visit you, but I want to experience where you have your childhood, your youth, and hopefully you can bring me some thoughts about music, not particularly only Chopin's music, but in general, some thoughts on being a musician and how to walk in the path of have a musical career. So I think this is a very special place that I have visited during the competition. I was very lucky to have a chance to play on the Pleyel piano. And this took place in the National Institute of Chopin. And it was during the competition after the final round, because the organizer of the institute came to me and said, I really appreciate your playing and think maybe you are suitable to play on this piano, and invited me to have a trial on piano. And I was so overwhelmed the first note I played, because I never think the sound is like this. And it's totally different than the modern piano. The one we used to play on stage on competition is very powerful. And of course, if you can control the piano very well, then you have all shades of colors and also all the dynamic contrast. But this piano, it looks a little fragile, but it's also very powerful. And I feel there's a very special timbre, and also the mechanism is a little different. It's lighter than a concert grand piano, and the size of the key is slightly smaller. So you may think you have a slightly bigger hand on this piano, just a little bit, but it's quite different, and the tuning is a little bit different. If you're very sensitive to the tuning, then maybe you need some time to get used to that. But it's a very special experience to me. So I think, wow, that's the sound. That's the sound of Chopin's piano, and I wish I could hear it earlier, even before the competition. And then there's so many things to explore in this piano, and of course it took some time to know it, and also how to control it and to play not exactly the same way, but with different ideas on how to play his music. So thanks to the organizer of the National Chopin Institute, I was granting a chance to record a CD on this piano, and which was taken place in the Polish radio. And this is their concert hall inside the Polish radio in Warsaw. So a very interesting recording project. And I think at that time they just started this series of recording on the Pleyel piano. So the CD serial number is actually number 2. And I was lucky enough to work with a very nice recording producer, because he was very familiar with this instrument. So during the recording sessions, he taught me a lot of things about how to control the piano, and also through the microphones and what he knew about the results. So, and then I try again to make some ideal sound. And so I think I had a very good lessons with him, and also he's being very nice. And I must say also, I need to thank the piano technicians to be there for the whole day, for the entire recording sessions, because the piano itself, as I mentioned before, is a little fragile. So it may get a little out of tune from time to time when you play it for like an hour. So he was always there to check the piano if it's in good condition and if it's identical to what I'm doing in the previous sessions. So I think without the help of the producer, the piano technician, and all other supporting people, it's impossible to make this recording session very, very smoothly. And I think after that, I still have the chance to play on this piano for some of the performances, and it's very rewarding because then afterwards I understood sometimes on Chopin's score we have all the different pedal markings, and sometimes we feel, oh, can we really do it on the modern piano because it sounds a little heavy, and sometimes we may have to make some amendments to that. But on Chopin's piano, some of the pedal markings, we are able to do it just to sustain it through some measures, and also the softness in some of his music, the very delicate sound, and also the transparent sound. I think this piano can really let you show that, and of course you have to find a way to make it sound and deliver the message to the listener. So I think I still feel very happy about being able to record this CD on this very beautiful instrument. And yeah, that's actually much about I want to share with all of you about the recording, and also about some experience during their piano competition.